Hey, what's going on everybody? Today I'll be doing a review of the 12-ounce Hayabusa Tokushu gloves. These are an MMA style stand-up glove. You can use them for boxing as well. I've had these since about September, so I've used them for a couple months. They're one of the newer gloves that Hayabusa offers. It's probably their most comfortable and most popular glove as well. Just to go over the quality of the glove itself. Quality, I would say I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10. When I got these gloves brand new, they had a lot of these pieces of stitching, the frayed ends that were starting to come out, and this was when they were still new, even before I started using them. Hayabusa, they have kind of a big marketing campaign, so they use a lot of fancy words and terminology for the technology they put in these gloves, like Delta EG, which is the padding that they use in the glove. And then they use, this is not a genuine leather glove. It's not leather. It's called Vylar, which is a synthetic leather, like pleather. It's kind of like basically a vinyl. According to Hayabusa, they say it's actually stronger than leather and stays in better condition. It doesn't crack or split. I would say you would have to be using these for a really long time, or over a couple of years, just to see if that holds true. Again, I didn't like the way that the stitching was done on it. Some of the stitching was starting to come out. The leather, the padding is a Delta EG padding, which is almost more of a kind of a springier padding compared to like the Everlast Protex 3s or the fighting sports gloves. And then the actual wrist closure is called a Dual X wrist closure, which is my favorite feature of these gloves. Apart from being some of the more comfortable gloves I've ever put on, part of that is because of the wrist system that they use. So you can see once you put them on, it has a dual X system. So this first one goes on first, so it really locks your wrist in from that side. So it comes through this little slot right here, locks it in, and then when you rotate it, you just kind of come over the other side. So once it's on, your wrist is really locked in there 360 degrees all the way around. So I really like that feature. It's probably my favorite feature. As far as comfort goes, these gloves are super comfortable. Probably one of the most comfortable gloves I used. Good amount of room in there. Your fist doesn't feel too confined, even with hand wraps on. It feels pretty good. It has this breathable mesh on the inside with the grip bar. You can make an easy fist as well, and when you make contact with the bag, you hit the knuckles. You can also open your hand up pretty good, pretty easily, so you can catch. For catching or parrying, you can use that pretty well. So that's a nice feature as well. It does come with the attached thumb, so you don't poke anybody's eye out. It has the holes for the ventilation, so those are all nice features as well. Again, when you make contact with the bag, it's nice. It actually hits right on the knuckles. And again, it's not like an IMF glove where it's injected molded foam. This is a whatever Delta EG is. I'm assuming some kind of layered foam that they use. When you make contact, it has more of a bouncier, springier feel. The other feature that I like about these gloves, although there are 12-ounce gloves, that they are actually a more compact glove. So unlike the Everlast Protex, they're not as bulky, and they're really good if you like doing mitt work and doing some bag work and a little bit of sparring. So those, because of the compact, it makes that real nice crack when you hit the mitts. The things that I don't like about this glove in particular is the pricing and the design of the glove, the way it looks actually. I'm not a fan of all the crazy, the Japanese lettering, which I don't know what it even means, and as well as the Hayabusa that goes all the way across the top of the fist, or the knuckle, should I say, and then the writing right here. I just think it's a little over the top. Just my own personal taste. I mean, some people like the way that looks. That's all subjective. So I'm not a big fan of that. I like the color scheme. This one's a black desert sands color scheme, or should I say beige, if you want to call it. So I like the color scheme of this. And the price, again, the price is kind of high. I think these go for anywhere from like $100 to $120, just depending on where you get them from. So I'm not a big fan of the price. Just because, one, they're not a genuine leather glove, and then two, some of the quality control for the stitching could be a little bit better. But the main thing is they're not a genuine leather glove, and who knows if that fancy technology is really going to hold up over time. So, but everything else about the glove is great. You know, if you can get these for, you know, under $100, I think they'd be a pretty decent buy. They are super comfortable. I'd rate them a 10 out of 10 as far as comfort goes. Once you're, you know, you can make a great fist. They feel good. You could probably wear these gloves for hours and not even feel it. Like once you put them on your hand, you feel like they're not even on there anymore. So I like that a lot. And then if you have a lot of wrist injuries, or you're coming off a wrist injury, and there's a lot of gloves out there that you can make a great fist, but this area right here that goes around your wrist either doesn't have enough padding, or even if you lace it up, it's not secure, and then you make contact with your bag, and then your wrist does one of those. This technology right here, that dual axe closure system, really helps prevent doing that. So that's a great feature. So overall, the glove is a pretty good glove. You know, if you can get past the design and the price, they're definitely a great glove. So if you have any questions, hit me up.